Ayo.
On my cool J.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cool Report. As you could probably tell in the video if you're watching this, that I'm not in my normal regular recording location. I am somewhere else. I'm on this black couch.
Bitch, give me some
You figure it out. What's up? Yeah, this is I'm doing this for my Spotify listeners, my Apple Podcast, my Google Podcast, my Stitchers, all you guys. This is for y'all. I haven't been able to record the podcast because I haven't been home. So this is my answer for you guys. So this is the Cool Report. This is my take on current events that's going on right now. And the first one on the docket is Bud Light. Bud Light. What were y'all thinking? Like what are y'all doing over there? Like, your marketing team is supposed to be innovation, but to be honest, you don't really need it for your product, people. Beer's gonna sell itself no matter what. Beer has always been beer. So why did you guys need to tiptoe into a market that you guys had no business being in? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Bud Light just did a partnership with a transgender woman and they thought it was going to go smoothly. The two people that did the move were their part of their marketing department. They're actually placed on hold right now. Not on hold, on leave, until they can figure out what they're going to do, because you can't fire them because they technically did not do their job wrong. But this is a clear case of know your market, and they did not know their market. Like, how did you forget what your market is? Your market is middle America. Your market is the working force. Now, before you guys start, that market has always been middle America. Everybody know how middle America is. Middle America only has one view and one agenda, and your shit don't align with it. Guess what? You're out of here. And that's what Bud Light forgot. Now, before you start with me, like, oh, transgenders can't drink Bud Light. Of course you can. To me, Bud Light isn't really for middle America, but they are the main purchasers of it. For me, beer drinkers have always been people that work long 9 to 5 days, like have a difficult job. Now, I'm not saying everybody's a goddamn lumber worker, or like they work on a fucking boat, or like it's life to death situation. It's just, if you have a stressful job, like if you're a police officer, a firefighter, an office worker, you work at the DMV, you work customer service, sometimes you get some long days that those people like to end their day with a nice cold brew on their
Daddy, chill.
couch. Now, somewhere along the line, Bud Light forgot that middle America has strong views. So if you don't believe me that they have strong views, go look at the videos. Go look up the fucking hashtag Bud Light, and you will see people going into supermarkets and throwing the Bud Light onto the ground, destroying Bud Light products. Their sales are down 17%. And it's like, wow, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? Now. As I stated before, they placed their two, what the hell were they called? Their marketing personnel on a hold, because you can't fire them, because, as I said, they were trying to get another demographic in there, and it backfired. Did it? I think they did the job. They got their product some notice. What's that saying they say? There's no such thing as bad publicity. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's been going on. So Bud Light did this thing. They're going through it. I'm not trying to say a lot of people in middle America are small-minded, but a lot of them can be convinced to do a lot of shit that they don't want to do. Perfect example. Why would a transgender person make you stop buying a beer? Now, if you're telling me you're tired of an agenda, I got it. I understand that. You're tired of getting things just put in your face all the time. This shit happens all the time. It's like these outlets find a certain subject and they just run with it. Like every time, like every time the news finds a subject, they just run with it. It's now every week the subject's going on, right? Hear me out. If something happens with a gun, the next 17 stories that go on for the rest of the week is about guns. That's the way the news work. So I'm guessing with this is like, all right, people saw this. It wasn't even like it was like a fucking Instagram ad, and this like transgender person was like, hey man, look at this, I had this beer can and it has my face on it. All right. And a group of people came to the realization like, hey man, if I go to the supermarket after a long ass day and I pick out a pack of Bud Light and this transgender woman happens to be on the can, they might think I'm gay.
It's okay, no one has to know, baby girl.
I don't think that works like that, but who am I? So yeah, this is a clear case of not knowing your market. This is a clear case of like you just fucking squandering money. This is a clear case of not fully thinking. And you know what I never understand is why beer needs a commercial. Beer does not need a commercial. Does not need one at all. You ever seen a commercial for crack? You've never seen a commercial for crack. But you know what fucking sells every time? Crack cocaine. That, like hotcakes, gone. So it's like, why do you feel you need a commercial for beer? And every time there's always been commercials for beer, it's not like a gigantic social setting. Well, it would be a social setting. Like they cater to like college kids and frats. Like, oh, everybody go get the kegger and shit like that. But never high society. You know it's not high society. There's no $1,000 cooling system for beer. So this is a clear case of them not knowing their market and trying to get political, throw their toes into something that they had no business being involved in. Because to me, even me, drinking a beer doesn't really go hand to hand with me, at least. And what I've seen at this old age that I'm at, it's like, hey man, like people don't go home after a long day at work to drink a beer to have a good time. They drink beer to fucking forget, but that's a whole different other story. But that's what people do. That's their story. So it's like, why would you go down this route? You had no business being down this route. And that's for you guys to learn. And whatever Bud Light's going to do, they got to figure that shit out because they're stuck in the middle. It's like, all right, do I side with these group of people and abandon these people? Or do I side with these group of people and abandon those people? Y'all got to tread lightly, son. If it were me, if I was part of your marketing department, I'll get rid of the marketing department because you guys don't fucking need it. Bud Light's going to sell no matter what. Well, not right now, but it's going to sell. Let's move over to the next topic. One of my short kings transitioned. All right? I want you to listen to this carefully. One of my short kings transitioned. Before you ruthless chicks go, oh wow, people under 5'7" have feelings too. God damn it, I have feelings. I'm a person. One of our good kings transitioned not into the upper room, but he could see a little bit more upper in the room. There's this new procedure out called knee BLs, right? They're leg lengthening procedures. So this guy used to be 5'5", and now he's 5'10". He took 2 excruciating surgeries to get him an extra 5 inches, and guess what? It only cost him $200,000. So guys, this is achievable. Now. At what cost does this come? Like, this is probably gonna need maintenance. Think about it. There's this procedure called joint replacements, right? So I work for a hospital, right? And I cater to a lot of elderly people. So these elderly people, eventually their joints go bad. Their hips go bad, like their kneecaps go bad, their tibias, I don't know, a bunch of shit goes wrong. And then they have this procedure where they insert a metal rod with flexible pivot points if it's their kneecap and shit like that, or if it's their hip. And every 5 or 6 years, they kind of they kind of got to get it looked at to prevent any damage down the line. Now, these NBOs, they're like, all right, if I'm getting it correctly, it's kind of like Baki. Have you ever seen Baki? Baki Hamina's brother had this procedure done where they lengthen the bone. So they basically separate a piece of the bone and they kind of like put like an extra piece there, and it's supposed to be really excruciating. And according to the news, when they were talking to this guy, this was really excruciating too. So what is going to be the upkeep for that down the line, right? Like, I don't want to be walking, right? Because I heard stories. There was this guy I used to work with, and he had his hip replaced, and their little ball joint, because it's really just like a ball joint on your hip that just really moves around like that. Like, whatever thing that they had there for his ball joint came out of place. The screw came out. The screw came out, and you can feel the screw moving around. That has to be excruciating. So I was like, all right, with the NBOs, like, what could possibly, I don't like imagine you just got your NBOs. It's 3-4 years down the line. You're doing great. You're about to go talk to a girl. You have all this confidence in this world. Cause somebody like me, my height, I got mad personality, B. Like, I can make girls laugh real easy. That's what I got going for me. And you're going to give me height now? Game changer. You're going to be fucking out of here. And then I'm like, all right, what is the maintenance I'm going to have to upkeep for this? Because I don't want to be walking one day trying to go talk to a girl. I'm like, hey, excuse me, miss, can I get your number? And then she starts walking up a little bit further, and I do a little light brisk jog, and then my knees just give out. That's going to be embarrassing. She's like, oh my God, you're a poser. You're not really this height. And then you got to go spend another $200,000 to take care of your legs again. This is kind of not worth it. And that's the other thing I just thought about. This just came into play just now. You're going to trick a girl into thinking you're this height. This is kind of like what girls have no tits get their tits done. Or like they get their nose done and they get their lips done. They're supposed to be like looking like this goddess piece. And then you have a kid, and then you're like, oh shit, all these gifts that you have now in this new body, you're not bestowing upon your children, or you think they're gonna get. Like, all right, like just picture it. Like, a girl bags me because I got my NBOs. We have a kid, and our kid is my height. And you're going to be like, yo, why is he not 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet tall? Why is he only 4'9", legally a midget? And I'll never tell. But, yeah, that's a whole different game changer right there now that I think about it. But the NBOs are here to stay. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to see how that goes. What's the complications with that before I go and get mine done. Because if I get mine done, it's a wrap for y'all hoes. Let's move on to the next docket. Oh. YouTubers. TikTokers, Viners, Instagrammers. Watch what the hell you guys put out there, man. A lot of people put out a lot of content and they think the world's going to forget about it. But just like anybody that could be watching this, they might like what they're seeing, what they're hearing, and they're going to go back and look at the old content. You want to know how I know this? Because I did this with Deezus and Mero. And when I caught Deezus and Mero's first episode, it was episode 220. And I went back all the way to 0 to see to hear the funny and all the shit. And let me tell you, a lot of hit and misses, more misses than hits. But that's what you got to do to perfect your art. And it's like, this kid, who I'm not going to say his name, posted a video back in the day of a homeless man asking him for food and him going inside the restaurant to go get food, to eat the food in front of the homeless man. Now, at what point is this supposed to be funny? It's not funny. That's somebody that's really going through it. What would have been funnier is if you went to like a Planet Fitness. You can't even go to Planet Fitness because they give their fat asses food already. If you went to one of those gyms that has a nice glass front and you just look at the big people in there working out and you just start eating like a piece of pizza or a hamburger or a donut there, that's fucking funny. Because there's like, oh man, I'm trying to better myself, but this and that, but I could change my circumstances, but fuck that. I'm still going to eat the bad food that I want to eat anyway. And it's like, that doesn't work with homeless people. It doesn't work at all. That's like, all right, yo, I'm hungry. Do you think I can get $1? And there's like, no, I'm going to go spend that $1 and show you what I'm doing with the $1 right in front of your fucking face. And what are you going to do about it? You're homeless. Well, he could kill you. And then he has free housing, food, and hot water. This is why I pray I never become homeless, because I'm getting a free everything except the loving touch of an embrace of a woman. But that's not even happening either. I'm basically a prisoner in my own body right now. But yeah. Watch what you're doing. Watch what you put out there, man, because that shit comes back. And this kid's dealing with it all. He had to deal with the aftermath back in the day, and he should have took the video down because he should have known this was going to come back up, because this is a society where everybody goes back and they check what you did. So, sir, you're going to go through it again until you learn your lesson that being a dickhead is not funny. Now, if you're asking me, do I help out the homeless? Of course I do. When I want. Not all the time. Like, don't bother me when I'm trying to get food, because we're both starving, all right? And what good does it help that we're both outside hungry? Only one of us could change our future. All right, guys. I know this is brief. This is probably about like 20 minutes, probably less. I'm probably going to chop some of it, but it's something for you guys that listen to the show via Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Anchor FM, all these things, man. I am your host on my cool J. I don't like that movement. And I'll be back. Peace.